Hey everyone, today I'm doing another building video with 3 time limits. I had a very fun time doing the first one, which I'll have linked in the description if you want to check that one out. But anyways, let me know in the comments if there's any building challenges you would like to see me tackle. But without further ado, let's get building. So let's take a look at the 1 minute base. I'm not gonna lie, the pressure was getting to me. That is not a lot of time at all. And I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? So I wanted to at least get some form of, wall in the backdrop and a scene going. So here we have 6 501st Troopers getting orders from Captain Rex to at least have a backdrop. And yeah, 1 minute definitely went by very quick. This is, not really detailed at all. This is something that would be in a clone base, but yeah, 1 minute definitely is very quick. The pressure was getting to me, and I'm glad I just had something to present here. Let's move on to the 30-minute base. Already a huge change from the 1 minute, obviously a lot more time. This one is on a snow planet, could be Hoth. I definitely took a little bit of inspiration from Empire Strikes Back in some areas, which I'll explain. I went to the Lego store earlier this year and they had a bunch of these 2x4 white tiles, and I knew that my snow parts collection was very limited, so I grabbed a bunch of them. So I'm glad that I'm finally now being able to utilize them. So let's start with the terrain. There's just various slopes, 1x1 studs and tiles, just kind of found throughout to give a little bit of elevation. And I left some stud areas open to add to that elevation. And then this is kind of the inspiration I took from Empire Strikes Back, though done very minimally, honestly. But here I just placed some light bluish gray plates and tiles kind of throughout as a pathway that they laid down on the snow, kind of like the Rebels did in the trenches. Like I said, it's not done the best here. I probably should have a little bit more elevation to really give it that trench look, but it was something that I at least wanted to add to show that the clones would place something out here. There is a barricade right here with 2 clones standing guard for any droids that attack, and there is a clone over here leaving the base to join them or go out on a small patrol. And then along the base wall, I just incorporated a few of these bricks here on each side, just as a little detail and a little variation. On the rooftop, this was the last thing that I built. I was contemplating if I had enough time, and I did, so I wanted to continue that snow look because it would definitely get up there. There's 1 large generator and 1 vent over here because I know the heaters are probably working overtime. And yeah, there's just snow found throughout, and I have a couple of accent colors as well with a blue and dark bluish gray to show a more weathered look. So in the interior, I took this back wall off when building, not only to just preserve bricks so I could actually build it taller, but also just so it's easier to view the interior. So over here we have the control panels kind of just placed not on studs to have them at angles. We have 2 clone troopers working at them right now, and we have 2 clone troopers of a squad I once created. So this one has a cloth piece, And this one also has a cloth piece along his chest that I got from the Cape Cantina. And there's a very long rifle. This is like the sniper of the squad. And they are just commanding these troopers here on the situation of the planet. You know, if there's any droid activity, just giving orders. Over here are just a bunch of crates also just laid out randomly. And there is a clone trooper getting supplies. And lastly, there is another clone trooper leaving the base. I honestly really like how this base turned out. I really like the snow aesthetic. It's very different from what I've usually done with the grass planets and the desert planets. So I'm glad to have incorporated some snow biomes now, and I'm going to grow my parts there so I can build much more detailed MOGs on planets like Hoth and stuff like that. But yeah, I am very happy on how this base turned out. These clones are probably dying to get off this planet. The snow is probably very annoying. And here is the finished 1 hour base. I decided to go a lot bigger than the first time challenge where I just did one base plate. And I'm honestly very happy on how it came out. It's just a massive base. So starting off, of course, in the front is the gigantic wall with just a little bit of exterior detail with these dishes. For the wall, I did one layer of slopes with some light bluish gray in the middle. I didn't have enough, but at least to kind of continue the trend with the overall color of the base. And I also did 2 layers of dark bluish gray within the wall just to break up the color. And we have 2 types of turrets, a more light turret and a heavy turret, and both can swivel 360 degrees. And then of course the gate that has the turbo tank in the middle. This is the 2025 one, the way overpriced one. I still wanted to incorporate it as it is a clone vehicle and it fits perfectly due to its smaller size. So I guess I'm kind of happy about the downsizing there, but I unfortunately did run out of time to add any grass or any type of landscape out here. So it is a bit barren, and same with kind of the interior because I just do not have enough tiles in my collection. But I still wanted to fill up the space behind this wall. So now let's take a look at the inside of the base. Starting over here is a bunch of troops getting ready to march out, getting orders from an ARC trooper, so they'll be going on the next patrol after the turbo tank. Over here is the armory. For the rooftop, I continued kind of the weathered look with the dark bluish gray and blue, and I also did an outline of bricks with some more dark bluish gray. Inside the armory are 3 weapon racks fully stocked up, and we have 2 troopers, one going to get a weapon and one leaving with one, and there's also another trooper just accessing these crates for supplies, potentially grenades. And then over here is the command center's roof, kind of following the same design as the other one, just a lot of weathering effect and also some red tiles here for the Republic color. And inside there's just a lot more troopers. We have some control panels over here with screens, and then we have some crates and even a shelving unit right here that a clone's getting some supplies on. And And I just have various clones kind of walking throughout the base. That's just something that would happen. And just to kind of fill up a little space and just kind of make it feel very lived in, so they're, you know, just going on with their daily routine. So that is my 1 hour base, just massive in size compared to the other two. And I'm glad I actually managed to complete the base in that 1 hour time frame, since I aimed a bit bigger here. Anyways, that is another time challenge. It's very fun to do this, just adds pressure. And I'm very proud of my 3 bases in this video. I think for both the 30-minute and 1 hour, I like the bases here a lot more than the ones I built in the first time challenge. So I'll have that video up here and in the description if you want to go check that one out. Honestly, I'm very happy with these time challenges. I'm going to continue doing more in the future. They just are very fun to do. Anyways, let me know in the comments any mocks you want to see or any other building challenges that you can think of. Definitely lightsaber slash that like button and hit subscribe with the bell on so you know when I upload. I hope you all have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace.